Hey everybody, welcome to the real United States. Welcome to Tacoma Park, Maryland. Now we are literally one block outside of the city limits of the District of Columbia, Washington, D.C. And when we came to this area, I had promised you to show you some of the lesser known monuments and memorials here in the greater Washington, D.C. area, and that's what I'm here to do today. And we are here in front of this beautiful bronze statue of Roscoe the Rooster. Now, this is not a joke, folks. This is a real statue, a real memorial, just outside of Washington, D.C. here in Tacoma Park. And Roscoe lived here in Tacoma Park, free and easy, literally, for about 10 years, from 1989 till 1999. And nobody knows where he came from. But he lived here in the city limits in Tacoma Park for a decade. So in chicken terms, that's quite a ripe old age. Now, the thing is that Roscoe, being a rooster, was, how shall I put this, noisy, got very vocal, especially just before dawn. So there were mixed feelings amongst the residents about Roscoe. Most people loved him and found inspiration in him. It brightened their day. Other folks didn't really care so much for the noise that he incurred at dark 30 in the morning. And then rumor has it that at one point there was a $100 bounty on his head. But he managed to evade authorities and live to the ripe old age of 10 years old. Unfortunately, Roscoe, you know the whole thing about why did the chicken cross the road? Well, nobody knows, and Roscoe crossed the road one morning, February 15th of 1999, and was killed by a hit-and-run driver. And after a decade of time here in the community, and people had become very attached to him, a lot of people had harbored him from authorities, things like that. There was a mourning period when Roscoe died. And in fact, they held a memorial service, and he was wrapped and buried nearby. I'm not certain exactly where. Although we are just across the street from a church, it wouldn't surprise me at all if it was in the churchyard. And then the community got together and raised something on the order of $5,000 to memorialize Roscoe in bronze here in the center of town. And standing before me is this bronze statue of Roscoe. It's the work of a local artist, Norman Green, young fellow who has studied the pictures and videos and whatnot, or whatever there was of Roscoe, to try and capture his look and his character, and has sculpted him here in mid-stride, strutting about town. And it's life-size. You can see it here by my hands. This is an actual chicken-size statue. It's not a oversized or undersized. That is about the size the rooster would be. Now, it says here in the bronze, 99. This was actually, I believe, placed here though in 2000. Was when the official dedication was, and has stood here ever since. Now, during his life, Roscoe befriended certain people that lived here in town, and especially a couple of older folks. And that is actually on this plaque here, that the free-spirited rooster who chose to live in our town was fed and protected by Alan, and forgive me if I mispronounce this, I don't know if it's Doherty or Dougherty, and Alma Keating, and brought joy into our urban lives. Now, from what I've read, he used to sit on the porch with Alan, and they just sit there and chill out. They were friends. He kind of kept him company. And rumor has it that when Alan died, he passed away because he was elderly, that Roscoe became depressed. So I don't know if that's true, but certainly animals do acquire an attachment to people sometimes, and can become sullen and depressed, emotionally affected after the loss of that person. So there's no reason to believe that Roscoe was not in fact affected by the loss of his friend But it's one of those things, and there's stories of people driving to work in the morning, and they'd see Roscoe walking along the streets, and you know, it would brighten their days. There was something symbolic about it. Maybe it's the whole idea of free as a bird. I'm not sure. Anyway, folks, I hope you've enjoyed your visit here to Tacoma Park to visit the memorial, probably one of the least known memorials here in the pantheon of memorials in the greater Washington, D.C. area, Roscoe the Rooster. If you've got questions or comments, hey, leave them in the comments section below. I love hearing from all of you. I try to get back to everybody I can. If you haven't already, pick subscribe. Come along to the adventure. We've got lots more to show you. And as always, thank you for watching.